This is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life. And we are on week 37, day 3 of our positive, peaceful affirmations that we are doing every day, Monday through Friday. We are following Dr. Susan Lawton's book, Positive, Peaceful Growth Calendar, that you could buy at Aroma Tools or Oil Life. If you love positive affirmations, or you love music therapy, if you love essential oils and aromatherapy, I think you're going to really love this book. It's a beautiful gift to give someone or yourself. The affirmation, you can miracles, you keep up hope. You keep hoping on, even in the face when it looks like this isn't going to work. You keep trying, right? You keep hoping, you keep believing, you keep trying, you keep working toward that goal. And I've noticed that for people who are like that, the universe moves in amazing ways. And I was studying the scriptures one time on, and this post, I wish I knew where I put this class, or I guess class that I saw, and on how so many times the win comes in, or the major change or the major win comes at the 12th hour. It comes at the last minute. I think that sometimes God likes us to run with the ball, and then He comes in at the last minute and makes up all the difference. There's a scripture that says that we will be saved after all we can do. And so sometimes it does take us doing everything that we know how to do, and then when all hope seems gone, God comes in and makes up the difference. And I'm not saying it always happens that way, but many times. So if you can't see the miracle yet, if you're working on a problem and it's not solved yet, don't give up. I was talking to Derek just the other day, and I'm like, so much of life is like this intricate clock or machine with lots of different workings and gears, and when one of the gears is out of sync, it doesn't work. But when you just get that one last little thing in sync, then it just all moves like clockwork. And so don't give up. If you can't see the progress that you're making, don't worry about it. If what you're doing doesn't seem to be helping all that much, don't worry about it. Keep it going. There has to be some, I think, poem. I love poems called Keep It Going. If you know the poem, go ahead, put it in the comments. Anyway, there was something else I wanted to say on that. It'll come back to me later. Okay, so the affirmation, I remember what it was. It's that there's a tipping point. There's a tipping point in every goal, or in the spreading of new ideas where you have so much energy that you're putting in, and it's hardly going up and hardly going up and hardly going up, and then everyone seems to know about it. And goals are kind of like that way. You work hard, and then it gets easier, right? Whatever we're doing, there's this a saying that it's not that our ability to, it's not that the task gets any easier, but our ability to do it gets better. Anyway, so all of that said, don't worry if you're not seeing progress. Keep working, keep going. I believe that as we keep following sound principles, we will see miracles happen in our lives. Okay, the affirmation for today is I am celebrating my recent successes. So let's do some meditation. Let's do some journaling. Let's do some list making. What have been some of your recent successes? And have you celebrated them? I know I want to be better at celebrating our successes, and sometimes I'm not. Sometimes I'm not good at praising the little things in myself or in others. Sometimes I'm not good at celebrating the little things in myself and in others. The little successes. I was watching I love watching classes, YouTube videos, TED Talks, stuff like that. Inspiring things when I'm cleaning. And so I was doing my dishes today. Thinks that we're still back at the beginning, and you're not back at the beginning. You've made progress. So as we celebrate each of the little progresses it makes, and I'm talking to me too here, as we celebrate each of the small progresses as we make, our mind and our heart sees that we are closer to our goal. It gives us the energy to keep going. So please, I'm going to try to do something to celebrate some recent successes today, and I hope that you will take something to you will do something today to celebrate your recent successes. So this clip that I watched, and I will definitely put the whole clip down in the comments below, but this clip that I watched as I was doing my dishes this morning was actually, it was while I was eating breakfast, and I was watching a different one doing dishes, but this clip was about three different ways that you can do better at celebrating your successes. And the first one was have a regular schedule, they call it a reflection schedule. So whether that's daily, maybe you do that daily when you first woke up, what were my successes yesterday? Or at night, what were my successes yesterday? Just take the time, anyway, just reflecting, what were they? And, or whether you do that once a week. Maybe you're going to do that on Saturdays or Sundays, or Mondays. I don't know. But put together a time that you are faithful to, where you sit down and you reflect over the past day's successes or the past week's successes. Again, that's gonna totally uplift your mood. Kind of remembering your successes. And it's going to make you feel better about yourself, which if you feel better about yourself, you're just going to be a nicer person to be around. It's going to make you feel better about others. What successes have they had? I know. Okay, anyway. So, here are some questions that you can ask yourself. What did I do well today or this week? What good things have happened today or this week? Like, all successes don't need to be our own. It could just be, something that life just brought in. What has brought me joy? What has brought connection? Hold on just a minute. Okay, just heard a noise, making sure who it was coming down, but no one is. Okay, what have been your triumphs? Where have you changed your game? So just look at all the good things. And then the second thing was allow yourself to feel the win. Like, allow yourself just to feel good. Take some time and just allow yourself to sink into how awesome that thing was that you just did, that you just accomplished. Maybe your act of kindness. Allow yourself to just be in that moment and feel how good that success feels. And then The third thing that this person recommended, and this is one that I was definitely thinking too, even before he did recommended it, was to share your wins with enthusiasm. Like, don't just say, oh, you know what? Like, oh, what's happening in your life? Oh, I just got promoted at work. Right? That's not how you feel inside. And so this is what the guy said. The guy was saying, we don't share our successes to brag about things, but we share our successes because they're part of who we are. And we want people to know the whole us. So I'm going to share some successes with you. Derek and I, we met a long time, like an 8-year goal. In April, we met an 8-year goal to become a doTERRA diamond. It's a huge accomplishment, a huge achievement, and we worked hard to hit it. We helped so many people to change so many people's lives emotionally and physically, like getting story after story, collecting story after story about the lives that we've changed. And a beautiful part too is we've been able to change our financial story. We've been able to change so many people's financial stories by helping people. Okay, and so that was a major accomplishment, and we celebrated it. It was so wonderful. It felt so good. But part of me was like hesitant to say, oh, we just hit this amazing goal. And to think of it just like, and to say that with just like this amazing enthusiasm that we were feeling inside, because I didn't know, like, anyway, I didn't know. Anyway, so, but we hit it again. We worked super hard and we hit it again in May, and it just felt so good. So I just wanted to share that success with you. Whether the success is something small, making your bed, waking up early, might be some small successes. Maybe the success is something big, like just talking with patients the whole entire day, or trying to lead with kindness and grace, and giving the other person a benefit of a doubt that they're coming to this conversation with grace too, and love too. Whatever the successes are in your life, let's celebrate them and let's tell other people about them. So the person in the clip that I'm going to be posting for you basically said to celebrate your successes by telling people about them. And building that kind of community and atmosphere around you, that tell me your successes. I want to celebrate them. I'm not going to be jealous of your successes. I'm not going to be resentful for your successes. I'm going to be so proud of you when you succeed. So I want to be one of the first people that you tell when you have major things going on in your life, or minor things that are cool, that are successes, because I will celebrate them with you. Like building that in. A lot of times when a person doesn't feel like they can share their successes, it's that same community that also makes it so people feel like they can't share their problems too. So anyway, we want to build a community where people can share their full and their authentic self. We want to build the community where people can share their successes and their problems, their issues, that they know they will be loved, win or lose, rain or shine. And one of the ways that we're trying to do that in our family life is, and we don't do this every single time, but we're trying to, I just have to remember, and some of the other children do too, but we try to share our roses and thorns, where it's something good that happened to us today. Well, where was our happy? And what's something bad that happened to us today? When my little boy cries, my Xander, he's 5, when he cries, that hurt, didn't it? That was scary, wasn't it? I want him to be able to see the emotions, the hard emotions that we're feeling. And you're angry right now. I want him to know that's part of the human experience, that he doesn't have to suppress that part of him. Anyway, and I think that as we're able to share really who we are, that we don't have to suppress those emotions, that we can talk about them, we can get them out, we can look at them, we can deal with them, and we can release them. So all of that said, that to please celebrate your success today. So moving on to the music therapy part, the song that we're singing for the entire week, when it comes to the affirmation, I expect miracles, is the song by the Maccabeats. It's all about the Neis, Neis. I know how to spell it now, and it means Neis. I think is a Hebrew word meaning miracle. And so this song, it's all about the Neis, and yeah, it's a remake of a different song, but it's so cool. It's so upbeat, and it just reminds us that God can take our. Okay, so this song basically celebrates Hanukkah, which is where the Maccabees, the Greeks, were oppressing and enslaving the Jewish people, and really wanting them to worship the Greek gods. And the Maccabees, they had taken over their temple, the Greeks had, and so they didn't really have a place of sacred worship anymore. And the Maccabees came in and they fought, and they won their freedom back. They won their temple back, but they only, I guess in their temple, I'm not an expert on this, but as I understand the story, I guess in their temple, they burned oil as a sign of devotion to God. But they always wanted to keep this fire, this oil lamp burning in the temple. Well, they only had 1 day's worth of oil, and for some reason they couldn't get any more. But that 1 day's oil kept burning for 8 days, which allowed them to do 8 days to keep that. It allowed them. Caleb, can you help, please? It allowed them to keep the oil lamp burning, and it was a miracle. So that's why they celebrate Hanukkah, 8 days of life. Now, when you study, which I have just a tiny, tiny bit, when you study what numbers mean symbolically or religiously, the number 8 means more than we can do. Hold on. More than we can do without God. That 8 means it's God who's helping us through this. And I just love that. So that's what that song means. And there's so much in our lives that we can't do by ourselves. That we just need God's help to come in and complete. After all we can do, God's the one who makes it actually, who helps us get to the goal. And so I love that song. It's all about the Neis. I think you're going to love it too. I'll put it in the comments. Now, the song that I am pairing with today's specific affirmation, which is I am celebrating my recent successes, is that song. I think it's by the Village People. It's a song from the 70s, Celebrate Good Times. Come on, let's celebrate. Anyway, you hear it at so many different dances because it's just a fun song. So think about your recent achievements of yourself, of your family members, of those in your circles, and let's do something to celebrate them. Okay, all of that said, we're going to be moving on to the diffuser blend. It's 2 drops of bergamot, which is the oil of self-esteem, and 2 drops of thyme, which is the oil of releasing and forgiveness. And it's 2 drops of frankincense, which is the king of oils, the oil of truth. And today we're going to be going into the emotional benefits of thyme essential oil. So the first thing you need to know about thyme essential oil is that it is one of the most powerful cleansers of the emotional body. Now, a lot of the citrus oils are super powerful cleansers of the physical body, like lemon, super good cleanse for the liver. Anyway, we'll go into all those other things later, but thyme, a super good oil to use when you want to address any trapped feelings, helping those trapped feelings of hurt or sadness or anger, rage, whatever, disappointment, frustration, helping them come to the surface. We don't need to be ashamed of them. We can see they're part of the human experience, and we can look at them and we can figure out how to work through them and then release them. Learn what we need to learn from them and then release them. So, thyme is very, very good at getting helping us get rid of long-standing issues, long-standing hurts. Whether that's hate, rage, anger, resentment, whatever it is, thyme is super good for that. If you want to do a strong, powerful, emotional healing, grab thyme. It's powerful about helping us forgive the past and leave the past in the past. I thought of a beautiful affirmation when I was thinking about leaving the past in the past. And that's just waking up. So I know one of our past prophets, President Hinckley, when he was like, I don't know, probably in his late teens, early 20s, he was on a mission, and he and his companion would wake up, shake hands every day, and say, "This is like the best day of our lives," or "This is going to be a great day." I can't even remember what he actually said. I don't know. I'll see if I can find that. But basically, what I thought would be super good for people who have a tendency to just hold on to that past and let those shackles from the past bring down today, right? Here's my affirmation that I thought of for that. And that's this affirmation. Today is a clean slate. And even thinking in our minds or saying out loud to other people too, today you have a clean slate. Today I have a clean slate. Today you have a clean slate. We're not shackled to the past. Today we are created new. We are created new each day, and each day we have the potential to be who we really want to be each day. Clean slate. Okay, isn't that an amazing gift that God gives us? Okay, thyme is specifically good for exhaustion when it comes from a lack of direction or motivation, lack of motivation, instead of overwork. So if you're feeling exhausted because you really don't know what to do, or if you're feeling exhausted because you have stuff that you don't want to do, not that you've been overworked, thyme is a very good essential oil to pop into a diffuser and just let it bring you back to energy. Thyme can help sustain willpower. It's great for times of study times. Okay, I know I've said this a lot at first, but I want to just reinforce it one more time. And if you think of one, if you can only go forward with one thing that you remember emotionally about thyme, this is what I want it to be. And that's that thyme heals all wounds. I do believe that with thyme, past wounds feel better. They don't feel as sharp. They don't feel as hurtful. The pain lessens. And I really do think that's the same, that as we diffuse thyme, and as we purposely work through our past hurts, they will heal. I am absolutely 100% convinced that there's nothing that has happened to us in our lives that Christ can't heal. There's nothing that has happened to us in our lives that God, who made us, can't heal. Okay, just wanted to leave you with that testimony. Okay, so thyme blends very, very good with black pepper or juniper berry if you're trying to let things go. It blends very good with citrus oil, so like your wild orange, lemon, lime, bergamot, tangerine, your mandarin oils. It blends good with all of that. If you are trying to bring in some hope and light to even help you feel like you can heal this, to help you feel like there's hope in life or hope in healing. So bring in the citrus oils if you need to feel more hope in your process. And then bring in flower oils like rose, lavender, jasmine. Neroli is one of my favorites. Geranium is a well-known heart healing oil. All of these you can bring in to help the heart especially heal. And then bring in, and I forgot to, and actually I got that a little wrong. Bring in the flower oils. Oh, hold on. Caleb, can you just indicate something? Bring in the flower oils if you, to help your heart open, to be willing to open to new experiences despite past experiences. Bring in those flower oils. The action of the flower is to open. So bring in the flower oils to help open your mind, open your heart to new experiences. And then bring in some heart healing oils like ylang ylang, pink pepper, geranium, tea tree, and green mandarin to help your heart specifically heal. Okay, so that's all I have about the emotional benefits today of the thyme essential oil. Again, just remember, thyme can help heal all wounds. And the diffuser blend that we're diffusing for this week is 2 drops of bergamot, the oil of self-acceptance, thyme, the oil of releasing and forgiveness, and frankincense, the oil, the king of oils, the oil of truth. And the affirmation, the song for today is Celebrate Good Times. The affirmation for today is I am celebrating my recent successes. We're going to be noticing our successes. We're going to be noticing the successes of those around us. And we're going to be celebrating them. And the song for the entire week is It's All About the Neis, Neis, by the Maccabeats. And the affirmation for the entire week is I expect to see miracles. I know you will have miracles in your life as you expect to see them. And thank God for them. And I know I will have miracles in my life as I expect to see them and as I am conscious about thanking God for them. Okay, this is Suzanne Williams with Essential Oils, Health Matters, and Living the Wholesome Life, reminding us all that with God, we can make every day a great day. Bye-bye.